I promise you, the massive majority of ordinary journalists don't have a clue, and they certainly don't deserve to be denigrated, or indeed to lose their income because of the actions 27 years ago of a disgraced individual editor, a man whose conduct that day was so despicable that frankly he should never have been employed again, let alone elevated subsequently and rewarded today with another column. Still has a column in the Sun, Kelvin Mackenzie. Absolutely unbelievable. Unless you see it as a sort of mafia operation, where the capo di capi rewards his henchmen for doing his bidding. It's the only possible explanation of it. Any other industry in the world. 6 months ago, Mackenzie was still joking about it. Yeah, 6 months ago. Still joking about it in his column about how he could be Lord Mackenzie of Anfield if it was true that George Osborne was putting gongs up for sale. Oh, that's hilarious, yeah. Hilarious. 96 dead people. Families still grieving. Bereaved. What better butt of a joke could there be for a newspaper columnist, secure in the knowledge that he enjoys the protection of his proprietor to such a degree that he can commit the foulest calumny, the most disgusting and disgraceful of lies, and effectively, for all the mealy-mouthed apologies he may have issued when backed into a corner like a cornered rat, actually, he can still be joking about it, in print, in that newspaper, 6 months ago, still nearly 3 decades after the event. And that, I think, is the definition of impunity. Bernard Ingham, Margaret Thatcher's former press secretary, refused yesterday to offer any form of apology for describing the Hillsborough dead as tanked-up yobs, entirely responsible for their own fates. And yet that police officer, Duckenfield, told the inquest that he lied. He lied. He gave the order to open those gates, to open that gate. It was not bashed in by drunken, ticketless fans. He gave the order to open it, and he lied and lied and lied again for 25 years. This is Britain. I just have to sort of avoid indulging in sort of lazy racial stereotypes now, because I was about to sort of suggest some tin pot African dictatorship from the 1970s where corruption was a way of life. This is Britain, and this is the 21st century. It occurred, of course, this crime towards the end of the 20th century, but this is Britain, Great Britain. And the newspaper that claims credit for selecting prime ministers, the newspaper that still sells more than any other in the land, the newspaper that I probably compromise myself professionally by criticising in any way whatsoever, a newspaper which Kelvin Mackenzie has used to call for me to not have this job, it goes to print on a day like today without mentioning the story on its front page. That is the most perfect illustration of the contempt in which that class of people hold the truth and you. What do you really think of the British public, Mr. Murdoch? This is the humblest day of my life. Really? What about yesterday? And what do you think about the truth? Biggest story in town by a country mile. You're going to put it on the front page? Of course I'm not, no. You're going to carry on paying Mackenzie to write a column? Yeah, of course I am. I'll do whatever the hell I want, because I don't answer to anybody. I'm so rich and powerful, politicians call me. That's Great Britain.